Hey, morning everybody, or afternoon, evening, somewhere like that around the world. Mr. Farage is in the house. Hey, welcome. Good to see you, Mr. Farage. Good morning, sir. Welcome to AXN World. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see you. Boy, no sniping hour today. We didn't start early, did we? Because it was sold out a long time ago. A VCA sold out like that. Pretty cool. And that's pretty exciting. Momentum continues for the auctions. And everything else is going pretty cool. Obviously, the price, the market price for AXN is on the weak side, so we definitely need that to move up in the next few weeks, if not earlier. So we'll see how that goes. There's been a little bit of a bounce in the price at the moment, but anyway, we're counting down VCA, and we'll just count down this auction. 10 minutes to go, and just come in at the end. Obviously, it is basically sold out, and even slightly oversold from the looks of it. What are we at? 28.14 versus 28.04 on the AXN Today dashboard. And what are we on the other one? We're on the official AXN dashboard, 28.14 versus 28.34. So there's actually a little bit of room in there on the official dashboard, because that's the one that counts when you're going to enter. You can find a video link in the video description if you want to get in there and sneak a little bit of ETH in there. Obviously, the rate is historic, record-breaking rate, 17.8 million AXN per ETH, plus you get 10% wrap Bitcoin back. 0.2 ETH looks like it's available there to enter. Pretty incredible, mind-blowing stuff. Obviously, the Uniswap rate is 16.1 million AXN, so that's just huge. How long is this going to last? We just don't know. We're obviously, our previous record was 15.3 million, and look, you're going to get 17.8 million in this VCA. It is mind-blowing, absolutely incredible, and that's where it's at the moment. Let's have a quick look at go to the chat first and just say hello to everybody. Hey, John Atkins in the house. Oh, Cardano TV there, locked on and listening. Cool. Great to have you again, Cardano TV. John Atkins is in the house. Morning, Suitman and Mr. Froz and Cardano. Very cool. And ridiculous sales prices, Cardano TV, full year boots. That's exactly right. I mean, it's when the price is low, that's when you fill your boots, folks. You don't panic and get too upset, because it's actually a buying opportunity, and people that buy at this rate level later on go, ha ha ha, look what I got. So pretty cool indeed. And Mr. Froz, BTC going up, sir. That's right, Mr. We're going to check that out too in the live stream. But obviously, we're going to watch the opening hour, or not the opening hour, but we're watching the opening, probably 25 minutes or something like that for the regular auction coming up. That's pretty cool. 205 million AXN in there, so we'll check that out too. Cardano TV says hi, John. Patricia Steer is in the house. Big John Atkins, so I think you might just be saying hi there. It's pretty late where Patricia is, so there we are. And good morning, Atkins, John. I think Ms. Farage saying hi, Cardano. Hi, Patricia, says Cardano, and good morning. So lots of hidey highs. Good to see everybody. Great community we've got in AXN. Very cool indeed. Patricia says hi, AXN token in bed, lights out. I won't be in chat, but we'll be here until the end. Very nice, and well done on that one. Once again, don't forget the cup of tea, Patricia. That's my thing at the moment, cups of tea. So there we are. John Atkins, hi Patricia, and lots of big hearts there. And I think that, what's at the end? A burrito at the end. Very stylish, Patricia. Little burrito, that's so cute. All right, so welcome everybody. If you're new to the chat, of course, for those people that are new, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell for notifications. We are counting down VCA number 30 close, I think it is, and it's auction day 192, the 24th of May. That's just only 7 minutes to go. Now, there is a little bit of ETH left in there. You can see that, about 0.2. So if you do want to enter and get that pretty awesome rate, 17.8 million, that is the record rate for auctions. When will we see this again? Hard to say. I don't think so. I'm thinking the price might just move up, folks. Just thinking that, just a tad anyway, to avoid getting something of this rate. When I say avoid, that means we want to get the price higher over the coming weeks. Like I said we can. It's great getting the momentum of the auctions; those are all going fantastic. We do want to get that price to start creeping back up. That increases the dividends to all the stakers, so that's important. But we can get along for a little while without that. So let's quickly go to the price here again. We're at 0.001646. So you can see this nice little green candle. This is the hourly. Let's go check that out, shall we? Let's go check that out indeed. So all right, so let's we've got positive. This is on the eye. We've got a positive red, 2 green hours in a row. So it's pretty. This is a really good buying opportunity. So hopefully people in the market will see that and start buying this up a bit and moving us back over that 222 in the next 24 hours, say. So let's watch out for that. Really cool buying in here. Obviously, the rest of the market's kind of moved, so that's pretty good. We've got a little uptick here on the CI for the hourly, and looks like we've got a turning MACD as well, turning up there, so that looks good too. Let's change it to the daily, and we'll go back to the VCA auction close in a second. You can see we've got two little green candles here. Is this the bottom? We're going to call that the bottom yesterday. Are we moving up today? Is that the bottom yesterday? Let's see. We're starting to get a bit of momentum there, and hopefully we'll get some nice green candles moving up as we go. Now we've got the CCI starting to move across the negative 100, so once that crosses there, that's the first sort of buy signal, and obviously we're waiting for this MACD to turn up, so maybe by tomorrow we might have a bit more data and see where the market's going. But there we are. We're certainly not going along the bottom of the Bollinger Band, so we actually start to move up there, but that's positive. Look at the 100-day rolling average is the blue line there. We're well below that. That's at 0.0037. Now I'd like to see us back at that level. Certainly back over 0.003 would be cool. So there might be some good pickings in here for people to pick up some Axion. So we'll see what happens. I think the next day is pretty important for that momentum to turn. All right, so very cool, and that's also obviously higher price, more dividends as well, more ETH required to sell it out. Everything otherwise equal. All right, so there we are. Let's have a look here at the wrap up. We've got 5 minutes there, so we're probably not going to get much ETH in there. We've obviously the rates changed. Let's go back to this one here. We've still got a bit of room on there. I'll just refresh this page just to make sure that the numbers are representing the current information, and let's check that out. I don't know, ask for MetaMask again. Okay, so a little bit of room there, just slightly different. So what we've had, let's go back to this dashboard. This probably gives a bit of summary. So we've got 28.14 ETH in there, 1.58 wrapped Bitcoin, so that's very cool indeed. 1.86 has been bought, 85% of that, which is 1.58 Bitcoin's been paid to stakers, so that's very nice. This keeps ticking along. $61,782, and obviously we're pretty much sold out on here, and with a record rate here of 17.77, almost 17.8 million per ETH. So that's pretty much it. You got your 10% discount. You also got your 10% wrapped Bitcoin back. Very good auction to enter indeed. In fact, it's the record-setting one, the best of the best. We're watching that in real time. This is the best day. I think this is probably be the best day. I'm gonna call it. Of course, I can be embarrassed tomorrow in chat. You guys can embarrass me if I'm wrong. But let me call. I'm going to call this as the best auction for the local period of time before we move back up. So there we are. I'm going to call it today. It's a risky move, but there we are. I'm going to make it. There we are. That's it. You got to have next in. You got to have real gut and determination. But there we are. And I think that we might see a nice little move up here on the price there. Let's watch out for that. See if I'm right. If I'm not, you can mock me tomorrow. I'm tough enough to handle it. So there we are. That sounds good to me. All right, they don't call me Superman for nothing. There we are. All right, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I can see myself. Hi, Patricia, says John Atkins. I meant hey, says Patricia, not beg. Yeah, I got that one there. John Atkins, you don't need to beg, Patricia. Patricia says, I ain't too proud to beg, says John. Yeah, so that's true. Food TV, we need to be over 0.0025. I agree with you, Food TV. That's my market too. And I agree. 0.003 would be nice, but 0.0025 definitely to keep those divs up at a really good level. But it's really good we're selling out the auctions. It's very cool indeed. FBAM, bam. Morning everybody from beautiful UK. Very good. Good to see the weather turning there. Hopefully it's coming out summer. I guess it's summer up there, isn't it? Because not quite summer. Coming into summer. Probably is. Patricia says hi, Food TV, FBAM. 4 big hearts from FBAM, bam. Those are BAM hearts there, just coming at you. That price is I'm just going to call it, like I say, I'm going to call it. There we are, and it's going to be fun times. I think I'm going to get myself in trouble, but I like that's kind of fun. Hey, let's have a look at something that's very important at the moment. The gas, look at that. The Gwei is real cheap for the end of the auction. Withdrawing and staking, nice. That's going to be really comfortable for people to pull out until we get Axion version 3 coming this quarter, remember. So what's that? Optimistically, that's within 5 weeks, say. So that's where we're going there, and that's nice to enter. And obviously we've got the regular auction starting. Don't forget you get 10% discount, bonus as well, plus potentially a 10% discount against the auction price. So you can use the link below in the video description for that. Look at that, the price just peaking up there, and let's go back to the auction now. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds to go, folks. We're counting it down in real time for VCA 30 finishing up, and then we're going to start the regular auction, which is going to be auction day 193. 193 is going to start, and you can see we've got 204,372,352 Axion there. That's $33,461. So we're waiting for that to start. That will be followed up, obviously, by VCA number 31, which will be the 26th of May, and that's going to be 500 million Axion at this stage. We'll see whether any penalties roll into that at all. Very cool. But look at the next Friday auction, which is normally the mega VCA. That's not going to be a mega VCA this Friday, folks. That's going to be, at the moment, it's 538 million. It's just basically a standard with a little bit of extras in there. So well done. I mean, that's a bullish sign. Like I said, fundamentals going pretty well. Just need to get that price moving back up there now. Get those dividends. Get the auction level a bit more full in terms of dollars, and that will be better for dividends there. So watch out for that. And while we're counting down, 23 seconds to go. We're just going to count this out. Now, I haven't gone through the 24-hour history of bids. That would have been interesting to do that. Maybe I can do that when we do the opening phase of regular auction, which is about to open. 7 seconds to go. We're just counting it down really easy. Smooth here on Radio I. No, I'm just kidding. So it's we've basically finished the auction, just waiting for it to reset. We'll get into that in a second. Like I say, the gas price is really low. Very cool indeed. This has been really good. The last couple of auctions in particular, we've had the gas quite low around the opening hours and the closing hours, which is good for entering the auction and good for withdrawing and staking from the auction. So it's been a real blessing for that one. And obviously the price there. Now with the regular auction, of course, the Ethereum that goes in, 80% of the Ethereum in the regular auction that's just started will go on to Uniswap and help push the price up. And let's see that I think last time they didn't get sold into really, so that's positive. So if people just hold their bags, we might be fine there, and we'll get a bit of price appreciation on that one. So let's watch out for that. We'll go back to the screen there and just watch out for the auction price to come in. Let's just refresh this page and get into it. I'm sure that something's going to happen by now. Let's see whether that's up started there. Still not quite reset on that one. Let me reset this page. We're going to open up that new regular auction. So we've flipped over from a VCA option where you get 10% wrapped Bitcoin. Now we're in a regular auction where you get 10% bonus Axion. And given the rate of Axion at the moment, that's pretty tremendous. Okay, so we've got 204,372,352. That's $33,625. We need 11.44 ETH in there to sell it out. That's $30,568. And obviously 80% of that goes onto the market and does market buybacks, and that helps push the price up. Not only that, but if you enter, you can get a 10% bonus. So you can use the link in the video description below. It's really first in, first served, so you can be quick on that. This is a record level rate at the moment, 17.77 million Axion per ETH. That's going to be really amazing, and as the price rises, that's obviously more beneficial to you. So very cool indeed. Let's have a quick look here, and we'll refresh this again and make sure that both dashboards are up to date with the new auction in there. So there we are, that's looking good too. Now the figures are just slightly different on each one, but that's fine. And we're going to watch out for the auction address. Will come in here if it's got any buys, any ETH in there. They have been being sold out like hotcakes, all the regular auctions, and people really after those bonus Axion percentages there. So very cool. Let's go back to the chat and check out some of those. I think we get a few. We got Bats Crips. Could you please provide the link for the gas price website? Yeah, we'll do. I think it might be in the video description, but if it's not, then I will post that now. Also, congratulations from me, says John Robinson to FBAM, and Patricia Steer, hi John Robinson, Piranha, and Brat's Crypto. So very nice out there. Let's just get this link, and we'll post that in the chat. Gas price. Now it also has an extension you can add to your your Chrome browser or something like that. It's very cool. I use it all the time. Just gives you the price there, and it's really great for determining what you want to do. Prana in the house. Hi all, and hi Patricia. Bats Crypto, thanks a ton. Hey, you're most welcome. It's always great to share this information around. All right, so we're waiting for something to come in there. I'm going to refresh that again. Sometimes the API needs a bit of help, so that's what we try to do. Help it along, as it were. Look at that, Shark to stake 28 million for 5555. Beautiful. That's what we like. Look at that. Dolphin to stake 14.43 million for 5555. That's probably just come out of the VCA there. Very nice indeed. Nice one. I love those investors Very cool. Helps the ecosystem as well as the investor. Maximize those shares for the investor, get more of the reward pool, and also helps the ecosystem overall, reducing any liquidity from new minting. Obviously, people have to minimum stake for 120 days coming out of VCA. For regular auction, your minimum stake is 60 days. Maximum is 5555. Obviously, doing max shares, you get over 300% extra shares, which is huge, and that will get you way more wrapped Bitcoin, which gets paid out immediately in the 4 VCAs that we have every week. So that's how it rolls. That's how we roll there. So we're just waiting for some Axion, some ETH to come in. Typically, they get sold out within 10-20 minutes these days. So we'll just wait and see what happens today. Obviously the markets, let's have a look at that. Bitcoin's basically up at 39,000, Ethereum at 26626, 2,662. Now they have been higher. I think that's about maybe $100 off the high that was the bounce back. Let's see whether this has a little softening and then goes for another move up, and we'll see where that heads. This could be a false move, of course, so we've got to be wary of that. Sometimes the big players like to let it roll back up, do a quasi bounce, so even Bitcoin could get as high as into the 50s again, and then that's a false flag, and then off it goes down. So just be careful out there. This is very volatile times, but it's nice to get this bounce today. I'm sure we all appreciate that on the portfolios to get the price bouncing back. Let's jump back to the auction and make sure that we're not missing out anything here. All the action's pretty fun when the ETH comes in for sure. Just refreshing this page again. Let's go to the other official dashboard. No, nothing there. And so waiting indeed. So just 5 minutes into the regular auction. Was it 193 auction day 193? Incredible. We're heading towards 200 days, which is a bit of fun. And we've got perfect gas prices for the entry. This is really great. And if we actually go down to the bottom there, you can see that we're near the lows. We haven't even been this low most of the time. So this is really perfect timing for the auctions. I love it, and we've had this a couple of days in a row. It really is uplifting when you get that sort of pullback. Reduction in the gas prices. So very cool. Perfect day to enter. Once again, if you want to get 10% bonus Axion, you can use the link in the video description. All right, let's jump back there. Probably going to miss a few of the chats here. Gas bagging away. Okay, away from the keyboard, but here to the end with the microphone in the studio. Well done, Patricia. You've had so many people to say hi to, though, Patricia. It's good to see all these people in the chat. Hey, welcome, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. The auctions have been selling out like hotcakes. That's not just regular auctions, but VCAs as well. So very cool indeed. John Atkins says, 10 hours ago, a whale unstaked a 10-day stake of $500 million and then restaked for 30 days. A bit scary. Yeah, well, they're out there, and it's a bit like the ocean, right? We don't know when the whales come out until they emerge, and then we can sort of see where they're at. I'll go check that whale out probably after the live stream. If I haven't seen it before, I'll add it to our Whale Watch accounts. We can go up to the top here, and you can see I've got the Whale Watch just rebuilding it. Sometimes when the Axion Today dashboard gets reset, I lose all the whales. I have to wait for them to pop back out under the ocean there when their stakes mature or early unstaked or whatever they're doing, and then I can start adding them again, which I like to do, as you guys know, to keep track of that. All right, let's quickly go back to the auction. I don't want to miss anything in the action there for the auction, so it's easy to do the summarization there, and we'll wait. I'll refresh that again. Now we should another way of telling when some ETH enters in is that sometimes it goes onto the market buys earlier. There's 2 million there from a dolphin. Very cool. 5555 days. Very nice. Let's go check that out actually real quick. Oh, there was some 4 ETH there. 4 ETH just came to the auction. Man, I just about missed that. Oh my goodness, 4 ETH. There we are. 4. That's beautiful. So we've got $10,650. Awesome stuff. And that's 80%. Remember, goes onto the market and buys Axion. I don't think it's come in yet. Oh, there it is. No, 3.2. That's 80% of 4 ETH. That's already come in there and bought there. Didn't do much to the price, probably just because of the way the liquidity pool and relative prices are going. But there is BF8C. Here's the auction market buying address. You can see that live. Very nice. That's cool. So it's helping my green candle, my prediction. Remember my bold prediction that I'm sure I'm going to be held to account. I don't think Alex is in the chat, so he's probably not going to be able to get me on that one. And so that's pretty cool. If I haven't called it right. So let's quickly go back here. Awesome stuff. Really nice, strong start at the beginning. People are pretty smart. This rate is pretty awesome. Actually, the price has actually moved up. The rate's actually dropped slightly down to 17.6 million. We'll see where that goes. But it's still record levels. This will be the second highest of all time. Let's go back, and I think we've actually, you can see that in the official one. Let's go down here. 51 million Axion has been bought for the stakers, so that's all going to the stakers relative to their proportional share. And we've got where we got the 17.77. Wow, that's the record now. That's a huge jump from the previous record, which was 15.3 million. That was a amazing day. 17.77 million per ETH. So huge congrats if you're out there and you got into that day. I'm kind of calling that as the high. I could be wrong. We could get another high, but just have a feeling that the price is looking so juicy that people are going to start coming in and eating up a bit of that price. So let's see whether I'm right on that. Could be wrong, but just have a feeling, especially if the rest of the market holds up, that could be a real buying opportunity, because a lot of the other prices have moved up. Axion is there, sitting there, waiting for people to take that opportunity. And it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right, once it starts getting those buys in, but pretty cool. I did a little zoom there accidentally. And yeah, I saw that the Apple iMacs came out, is it yesterday? I really love it, but the only problem I have with them, obviously, they're doing the smaller screen, and that's the only thing I don't, because obviously I've been talking to you guys about getting a new iMac, but I want a big 27, 28-inch screen. I don't want a 24-inch screen. Basically, it's like completely flawed for me. Obviously, the technology looks wonderful, and I love the colors. I wouldn't mind getting a red one, to be honest. But no good if the screen's just too small, like the big 27, 28-inch screen. Let me know in the chat if you've seen that, if that's of interest to you. I think that's pretty interesting. All right, so let's have a quick look here. Prana says a boom, absolutely boom. Prana gets you're onto it straight away with the ETH goes in. Seriously, you're like the fastest draw in the West. Very cool indeed, picking that up. So we'll see whether we get another one there, a BF8C. Let's have a quick look at some of the numbers here. 6.1 million liquidity. We've got daily volume 272,000, so still on the low volume. So the market demand still yet to come in, but this price is looking pretty attractive. Let's see whether the people start coming in there. Once the momentum starts, of course, it really moves in there. Pooled ETH 1,149 and pooled AXN 18.5 billion, which is really quite high now. So we obviously need to get some buying in there, start eating away at that, and that's where we're at. But awesome to see 51,433,717 AXN bought already so far from the auction. So that's going a little bit of the way there to make that happen. And we've got nice attractive gas for prices in Gwei to enter the auction today. Obviously, to withdraw in stakes is going to be really nice. Some of those big accounts will just think, oh, that's nothing. So they'll be very happy with this. This is fantastic. And obviously we've got nice, the market's bounced back. Let's see whether it goes for a second wave back up. But if it does do that, just be a bit careful about where it's going to head, especially this Bitcoin could, like I say, go up to the 55, and then we'll just have to wait and see where that heads. So we'll just watch out for that. But here, yeah, pretty cool start. As well as we said, we're about 11 minutes into the hour, and we'll see how quickly this sells out. Hey, welcome also to, I remember those different color iMacs back in the late 90s. Yeah, well, they've come back with that again, of course, but the screens are really thin, and they look very attractive, but the screen's just a 24, I saw it straight away. I was going, with all the technology, it's got like, what's the new M chips and everything else. The graphics look amazing, but it's just like, man, I like my big screens. And I was talking to my cousin about it as well, and he said, I can only have a 27, 28-inch screen now. If you want to do productivity stuff and creative stuff on it, you want a nice big screen. 24-inch is a little bit small now. It's different between having a phone or an iPad. It's kind of different uses generally. So yeah, oh well. Hopefully they'll bring out a bigger screen. It's a 4.5K screen as well, which is a little bit different between the 4 and 5. So it doesn't have as many ports as well. Is the other issue. And I have been waiting for new iMacs for a long time. Obviously, they came out with I think it's the 4 and the 5Ks, the traditional screens. Actually, I probably will actually end up getting one of those at this rate. Maybe they'll come out with a bigger screen, wider screen later. Yeah, I think you might be right about that, Prana. We'll see. They were certainly replacing probably the smaller iMacs. And yeah, I certainly like the wider screen, because I think it's probably quite a squarish size at the 24, if I remember rightly. Whereas you want the wide sort of landscape. So there we are. We're at 13 minutes in. We've got 4 ETH in there. We need 11.4, so we're about 33% of the way through. We're getting so casual with these regular auctions, get sold out so quick. Once again, we're at record level areas, 17.6 million. And you get 10% discount to price, plus you also get a 10% bonus in Axion. So if you're going into the auction today, you can use the link in the video description. You get a 10% bonus in Axion on top of the potential 10% discount to the market price. Those are two benefits from the regular auctions. Very cool, dude. And that's record rates at the moment. Really is a beautiful thing at the moment. So pretty cool. Obviously the auction will run over 24 hours. We've got 23 hours and 46 minutes left. So it's tracking on nicely. Now, I think there's quite a few activities on behind the scenes with AXN Foundation. They're working on a lot of stuff, so we should see a lot of stuff coming out from the team, I imagine, in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a very busy time for AXN, and news is always good, and so we'll look forward to all that as well, and new products. I'm sure new platform stuff, new product stuff, it's going to be pretty exciting. So even though the price, like I say, is down here at the moment, just bide our time. I'm sure some of those things are going to be real game changers. And obviously we've talked about AXN 3.0 a lot, and I think that's going to be a big enabler and obviously exciting for that. I'm looking forward to it big time, I think it's going to be really great. So I think Discord's going pretty good. I think Telegram probably needs a bit more work. They could get a bit more energy in the Telegram. Probably needs a bit more on that. We have obviously got new website stuff coming out too. That's coming along. There's so much stuff, you know, fiat gateway, credit cards, new website, all that sort of stuff's coming. The actual staking platform, new products, new partnerships, new IEOs. I mean, there's a lot that's coming down the track. You have to start to think about it. It really is going to stack up. Pretty exciting. And obviously we're going to get that SKRT airdrop. I think John said that he picked up some SKRT at a pretty good price. I wonder what that's at the moment actually. We might come back and set that. Let me just refresh this auction page, make sure I'm not missing anything. Malcolm Hensley's in house. Hi, Superman, and all. And of course, Patricia Steer, your mate from the ditch, just tuned in. I'm late, but never out. Hey, welcome, Malcolm. Good to see you. I'm sure Patricia appreciates that. In the land of Texas. Almost going to break out in song there, Patricia, in the land of Texas or something. I'm sure there's some song like that. But hey, Texas has got heaps of songs though, eh? Texas has got so many songs. It's a big, obviously, country capital center, Houston, stuff like that. It's Elvis from Texas, Elvis Presley, I think he was. Not going to break out in Elvis, but I was just wondering whether that was the case. I know how some people think when they're watching. They think, "Go sing us a song of Elvis." Go. I do have a baritone voice, but I'm not singing Elvis. Elvis is the king. He was the king of all that. Well, the king of rock and roll for sure. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. So there we are. We're 16 minutes in. We've got 4 ETH in there, and let's see what happens in the next few minutes. Going good. Let us know in the chat if you've been doing any new stakes, if you've been going into the auctions, or even if you're doing liquidity mining. Let us know if you're doing that. SKRT is up 20%, but still only 3.28 cents, so well down on its all-time high, yeah, which we said, I think yesterday was 11.5 cents, something like that, John. But I still think that's a terrific buy, John. I think that's going to move up pretty strongly. The other thing is that it's got a bonding curve, right, isn't it? It's where it only releases so much in liquidity, so there's actually not that much liquidity around, but I haven't actually checked the volumes on that, so let me know, John, if that's the case. Just say yeah, just go yeah, that's the case, mate, that's the case. Something like that. Alright, so where's the price here? We got the price, we got that last bit in there, just waiting for some action there. Let's have a quick look at some of the other markets. Obviously we've got DexT is around 29.30 cents. That's the actual DexT platform. That's obviously, they've got huge customer growth. It takes a little bit while to get back there. Hex is up at 4.7 cents. I think it's just almost been 5 cents, so it's starting to gain a bit of momentum there as well. Obviously Pulsechain back around the corner, we've talked about that several times. Actually going to do a video on that, or a couple of videos. See, that's going to be not live stream, I'm just going to do some pre-recorded videos for that. Quick has got 793, so that's the second layer on top of Ethereum, so that's looking pretty good actually. And that was way down when the market pulled down. It went down to like $380 or something. That was quite remarkable, so that would have been a really good buy and good returns there. Now Wise is at 50 cents. and I think that's come back quite a bit from what it was. So I think that went down to, I don't remember, but it's 50. It's looking not too bad at the moment. So those are the main value tokens. We keep track of those. It's good to see where other alternatives are as well. All of them are very different, of course. They have quite different offerings apart from the same certificate of deposit type of offer there. All right, so let's quickly refresh this. There hasn't been really much news with Pulsechain. The Richard's been doing quite a few videos, but oh look, the Dolphin just withdrew a bit of Bitcoin there. So yeah, Richard's been doing a few videos, but a bit of a delay there going on, because remember originally it was 7 days, so I think we're well into the second week now. So we'll see when that actually launches. The first phase, once again, is the sacrifice phase, and the second phase is the actual mainnet launch. So you're looking somewhere in 1 to 3 months for all that to be done and dusted. So looking out for that. I think there's a lot of value. That's going to be a huge airdrop, and we'll see exactly whether Axion gets copied over into that as well. All right. Yes, says John. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. So I think that's quite good. The airdrop for SKRT for max shareholders for Axion is going to come up too. I'm not sure, John, do you remember the date for that as well? What does sacrifice phase mean, says John Robinson. Okay, so the first phase is a sacrifice phase. Basically, people put in ERC20s plus a list of top coins they basically go onto a website and you link up your wallet, and then you send your own tokens as a sacrifice so you don't get them back. And it's basically US dollars is what counts, the amount of US dollars you say. Maybe you put in, say, $2,000 worth of tokens. You select the coins, it will give you the addresses type thing. That's the kind of structure. You sacrifice them, and in return, you're going to get like a 10 to 1,000 ratio of pulse. So that's the way it's going to work. And people are talking about maybe 1 cent could be the opening salvo for Pulse. Obviously, you're going to get all these Pulse tokens. So that's the idea, that you're going to kind of get early in on being like on ETH. So that's the first stage. At the end of that, that might last for 30 days. We'll see how long that is actually when it goes live. It's going to be different phases, of course, along that month. And you'll have different benefits there. So we're going to find out exactly what the gamification is at the end. And then the second phase is the mainnet. So first phase, sacrifice. You get onto a website, you sacrifice your tokens, and in return you're going to get token X, which is probably going to be some allocation to that for your Pulse token that you're going to get, and that's probably the way that's going to work. And obviously, pretty much earlier the better, generally speaking. But we'll see what the gamification is at the end. Second phase is the Pulse chain will actually launch. The mainnet will launch. It's already in testnet at the moment, and obviously they're going to have validators and all that sort of stuff running. And you could probably be able to stake your Pulse and get rewards and stuff like that, but it's going to be way cheaper than Ethereum, and it's going to be 4 times more throughput. Probably the key features of the mainnet in the second phase. So first phase sacrifice, second phase mainnet, which is where the Pulse chain actually launches, and that's all within, say, 2 to 3 months. It's going to happen. So let's have a look here. Soprano says, seems like RH believes the bull run is over. I think he was talking about going up to 55k and then pulling back. So it's pretty much in that bear scenario where we get this nice big bounce back and then it goes back down again. So we'll see whether that happens. Obviously, the other part is a lot of people are using different methods have basically said we're actually halfway in the bull market. This is a healthy correction. So we'll see which one of those two plays out. There's lots of counter arguments for each one. But obviously, the Kirchhoff pattern did play out, so probably just slightly favors the pump and the pullback again, and we'll see what happens there. John Atkins, I don't remember when the airdrop is, but not for a while, as I recall. Yeah, I think it's what day is it now? Yeah, I can't remember the exact day. I'll try and find that out. Maybe if we could talk about that tomorrow for the live stream tomorrow. And let's go back to John Robinson. There sounds quite sketchy. Well, it would be, but then Hex has been very successful. So it's basically got like getting in on Hex, but then at the scale of a blockchain. So yeah, the tokens are going in, valuable tokens going into his addresses basically for the sacrifice. But in return, you're going to have the same potential upside or so for the Pulse chain. So getting a bit like that. So You could argue it's a win-win, but on the other hand, of course, they're typically managed things. It's also uncertain what the origin wallet on Hex will do and how that role will play out. I do think that it's going to go far beyond the Hex community into a lot of other people's, because obviously it's going to kind of be the biggest airdrop in history, where all the ERC20s are being copied over. So we'll watch out for that. But I kind of feel that it's going to be pretty big deal, especially with the fact that it's offering a layer 1 solution to low cost fees. Obviously it's got to function correctly, so that's the operational risk is there as well. So it's not without its risk for sure there. Hey, look at this. Let's have a look here. So Dolphin just staked 17.77 million for what's that, 10 years. Very cool indeed. Let's go to the next one there. And our Dolphin there bid in 0.3 ETH. So very cool. Let's go check that out actually. We've got 4 ETH there, so I maybe need to refresh my browser. What do you guys think? Probably do. So let's have a look there. We've got a bid. I said we had the first Dolphin 4 ETH, then we've had a second Dolphin there, second bid 0.3 ETH. Very cool indeed. And obviously let's go refresh this page. We need to get that up and running. I need to refresh this one too. We'll do one at a time. And we'll go into there. Oh, it's actually not showing up there. Not showing up there. Oh, there it goes. 4.3 ETH. So very cool. We've just gone up a little bit more. $11,477. And obviously 80% goes to stakers. So when that 4.3 ETH goes in, every time it goes in real time, it goes onto Uniswap and it buys Axion. And so far we're up to what's 55, but I think it's going to go up slightly. I think that's a little delayed. We can go on to Uniswap and actually see. And it hasn't come in yet, so we're still waiting for that 0.3 to process. So it'll be about 0.2 something, and we'll watch that come in. Refresh that. So I should refresh the page. I don't think I normally need to for the Dextools. Normally updates itself quite well. Hey, welcome everybody to the live stream for the auction day 193 regular auction. Once again, subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell for the notifications. That, of course, if you're going to enter today's auction, we've got really super low gas fees, and we've got record level AXN per ETH, 17.6 million, and plus you can get a 10% bonus if you use the link in the video description. That will give you 10% more as well, which is pretty awesome. All right, so we've got 4.3 there. We need 11.39 ETH to sell out. So first in, first served. Typically, there's been selling like hotcakes in the first 20 minutes, but we're already 25 minutes in, so it's a little bit slower today, which is unusual. But we'll see how that goes. We are rolling and rocking and rolling, and we're waiting for that zero. There we are, 0.24 ETH just came on. That's BF's 8C address is the auction buying address, and you can see we've had those two first bids there, and now we're just up a tad there with the price. Very cool indeed. And we'll see whether this helps to trigger a nice uprise. Obviously, I think the price is looking there, sitting there, waiting for people to start buying it up. Yum, 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 as we say. And I'm sure that made Patricia laugh wherever she is at the moment. Yum, 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 yum. But that's where we're going with that. And so we'll watch out. That obviously makes the higher price is better. We at least need, I think, agree that we need to get back up to that 00025. Also helps with auction divs. Obviously, over time, you have more people staking, so you want to get that price to slowly rise to get those dividends sort of keeping pace. We can afford little lull periods, but really need that to slowly track up there to compensate the share percentages and minting. So there we are. What we got here? Let's have a look here. Looks like John Atkins says, looks like airdrop could be the 8th of June with a vesting period for 6 months. That's correct. That's why I understand it. That seems a very excessive period considering the airdrop is quite small. I agree with you 100%, John. I couldn't understand that, to be honest. John, I guess if you accumulatize, if they think that everybody is going to suddenly, it's kind of odd, right? Because you've got you're giving it to a lot of investors that are max share club people for exactly the point that they are good at holding on to stuff, but then you give them a certain small amount, which has big price potential, potentially, decent, but then you've got a 6 month thing. So yeah, I agree with you on that one, John. They might want, I think it's the first one they've done right, and I think they need to rethink that on the second and third and fourth IEOs and partnerships coming up. They need to, I think they've learned a lot of lessons out of this first one. The first one's always a bit difficult, right? I think that they've probably learned a lot about that. So hopefully they pick that one up. John Atkins says SKRT might trickle out weekly. Other trust swap launches do that now. Yeah, I think they're doing that, trying to control the liquidity. Liquidity is king, and obviously Axion is trying to get that liquidity squeeze on as well. We'll probably go through some of those numbers as well. So let's actually go through, do some of the wrap up of the overalls just for the day in. So we got 276.6 billion total supply, We've got 44.8 billion liquid, but remember about 2.93 billion is in a dev wallet that's included in here. So if we take that out, then we've probably got about 41.9 billion in liquid, and we want to get that squeeze down, and I think we've talked about that. I think the team's going to look at some things on that one to actually target liquidity, not just the auctions, so we'll see whether they come up with something there. There's been some community ideas around that as well. The staked amount is 231.8 billion staked, and we're sitting probably around about 84 if we adjust that for that 3 billion mark there. So pretty similar to yesterday's commentary. 766 rank, total stakes 24,330. And that's looking pretty good. I was supposed to check the hex numbers because I want to just get some loose comparison between the total stakes. The average stakes size 9.2 million. Average stake length 2,269 days, which is really nice. And the market cap 15.43, so we've got a long way to go there, folks, for value from that point of view. Share rate, of course, 1.1526. As I always say, it's better to stake today than in a month's time or 6 months' time because it's going to just keep going up there. And there we are at the auction, back to there. Let's check out the total number of shares, of course. I'd like to check that. So total number of shares in the ecosystem, 566,247, 526,373. So 566 billion. That looks pretty similar the last 2 days, so it doesn't, I don't know whether that's tracking, it's not actually going up as fast as it was. So that's interesting. Although everything that comes out of the auction has to get staked for either 60 days or 120 days, and we do see a lot of it get max shared, which is pretty nice. So it'd be good to get some new numbers out of Punky for there. So if Punky is watching it all, that's probably good to get some more numbers out about staking as well. So max share club, 111.51 billion. That's awesome stuff. I mean, that really is a big asset. I always comment on that because it's such a huge asset, and obviously attracting a lot of other projects to get investors that are willing to stake that long. And obviously 7,675 stakes, pretty beautiful thing. And obviously with 30 VCAs, this is where we're at. We've got 118.35 Bitcoin, 4.6 million US dollars at the current price, which is what was at 39,000, and people already cashed out 85.35, 3.3 million US dollars. Very cool. And here we are on auction day 193, 25th of May, and we've got 204 million Axion up for grabs with record level rates, 17.6 million ETH, Axion per ETH, plus you get a 10% bonus if you use the link in the video description. That's huge, folks, and I'm sure that will bode well in the future. I'm kind of being bold and risky and calling that this is probably yesterday and today is probably the low point, but I'm happy to be held to account for that tomorrow if I'm wrong. So there we are. Well, the following day if I'm wrong, the next auction. So 4.3 ETH there, and we're versus 11.42. Hey, people can't be afraid to make calls, can't be afraid to make calls. Everyone's trying to cross the T's and dot the I's and stuff like that, but hey, that's the way we roll. It's crypto land after all. So that's looking good. Let's just refresh this page, make sure that we've got updated Ethereum there. Hope you guys are enjoying. The Discord's been really good. I really love the moderators on Discord. Man, they're so quick at answering people's issues. Those support tickets, don't forget if you've got issues with anything technical, that you can actually log a support ticket on Discord, and they're really quick at answering those, super fast. And so that's awesome stuff to get that. You don't get that anywhere else, and especially to the level of detail that they're willing to help you out. So very nice indeed. So if you ever have issues with your accounts, with transfers, they can help to the best of their abilities with those, particularly around Axion specialities, but also around using MetaMask and other wallets, stuff like that. Probably got a pretty good helpful hand on that. So very cool indeed. Big shout out to the moderators. Yeah, so very cool. Let's have a look here. That Uniswap rate 16 million ETH, 60 million Axion per ETH, but obviously the auction rate's 17.6 million. This really is fantastic. Let's if we go back in history here for the previous auctions, we can see that we have 17.8 now from yesterday. It's now a record. We've had other pretty awesome days, 15.2, and we go back there a lot of 14 million days, and then 15.1, and then that was our previous record back on the 15th of May, 15.3 million Axion per ETH. So it gives you a bit of a comparison to about what's out there. And then before that, we were way back down here at 13 and 9, and we thought that was pretty good back then. Remember, we're heading towards 10 million. We thought, boy, 10 million is pretty good, and that's when we were talking about it here. We're coming out of the 9 million, going, boy, are we going to hit 10 million? I remember I was going, are we going to hit 10 million, 11 million? And yeah, we hit it, and then we really went surpassed it. So now we're actually up to this record of 17.8 million. Absolutely incredible. And today looks to be pretty strong as well. Obviously, it would depend on what happens with the price today. We could actually get a bit of a move. That's what I'm speculating on, but we'll see. Axion, it does look like a ripe opportunity. We're just got to compare that with how the rest of the market's going. Obviously, if ETH drags down and up and down, that could take some of the impulse out there, but not too bad. Let's actually look where Bitcoin's been in the last 24 hours. That's going to be interesting. I never went down quite that far. Let's go here. So what Bitcoin peaked out at 40,417. Now remember, quite a psychological level is that 42,000 mark. So 40 to 42 really needs to push over to that, and then if it does that, then we could see it go back up over to the 50s, and that's when we get into the tricky stage. So if we get those two phases, that's the tricky stuff there, and that's when people think maybe get called out. I think Richard's in that camp, thinks that if we get that bounce back up to there, it might get faked out by the big players, and then they might try and dart it down. So we'll watch out and see whether that happens. We just got to be cautious, folks, at the moment. That's probably about the only lesson we can take out of that. Don't forget also entering the auction and withdrawing and staking at the moment is on the low side for sure. We're down in the 30 grey marks. That's a very special period, very special low place for Ethereum blockchain to be at the 30s. You can see that all the way back. Getting into 30s is on the other 2 days ago on Sunday, we had all the 30s. Look at that beautiful day on Sunday, and then we started hitting that hundreds, of course, at the end. And now we're actually got back in the 30s again. So perfect timing for our auctions. We have luck. Look at that. Yesterday was the same. So we had 3 days in a row. We've had 30 gwei around the auction periods. You can see, very cool indeed. And look at the previous 4 days. Not too bad on the day 5 back there, but look back there, 250 to 150, which is insane for an auction. Not great, but we've been really fortunate, and may long it continue, until we get Axion version 3 out there. 4.3 in there, looking cool. Let's go back to the chat there. So I don't know whether this is how long we're going. 46 minutes. I'll probably end up going for another 15 minutes. Why not? While we're here, I think it's a bit of fun. Normally on a regular auction, I normally do about 25-30 minutes tops. So we're certainly doing an extended one here. Obviously, we had the end of the VCA. We're going to watch, see whether this price moves up a bit more here. And we've had 2 bids there into the auction, and they've gone onto the market. Remember, 80% of the Ethereum goes. Very cool. Now, I don't think there was any news on the Axion official, so I haven't seen the news for a couple of days, so that's always good. Means that they're beavering away behind the scenes doing lots of stuff. Remember, you got a couple of teams in the Axion Foundation doing certain things. The other thing I want to talk about was Axion Today's show has got the 1 year anniversary. I guess it's kind of the seed of Axion where it was back in Hex 2T, I think it was the days. So they're going to be doing a big celebration on Axion today. I think it's on Friday. So I'm not sure Patricia's at the keyboard, but that's going to be on Friday. So you can do a shout out for that. So check that out. It's going to be huge. They're going to have some sort of celebration. Not sure how long it's going to run for. Probably be reasonably long. We'll find out anyway. Could be a 2-hour show or something. I'm not sure. And so they're going to have lots of stuff organised for that. Could run for more than that. And we're looking forward to that on Axion today. They didn't actually have a show on Monday like they're normally regularly scheduled, but they've got a big thing on Friday, I think, for a big party for the 1 year celebration of the, I guess, the seed or the idea, conception of, or the original launch of Axion when it was back in the Hex 2T days or whatever. So pretty cool. I wasn't actually around at that stage, so I knew of Hex 2T, but wasn't actually involved. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Big party time. We like parties. Maybe it's our pre-Bali party. Pre-Bali. Looking forward to that. Yeah. All right. So let's go back. I think we've gone through all those numbers there. Let's actually go back to the activity while we're waiting for some ETH to go in there. Hopefully the nothing updates. I can kind of see the price, and if the price goes up, I know some ETH's gone in there, or by somebody at least. So if we go back 24 hours, we're going to go back in time. Let's get a sense of what went into the VCA yesterday. I do like to do that. It's a bit of fun. We see what sort of investors, the size investors, gives us sort of a bit of an anecdotal evidence, I should say, about what sort of investors are coming in. So there's 24 hours. We had Bitcoin bid there. We remembered that on the live stream yesterday, and then we came in. Was a couple hours later, what's that, about 22, we had these ones come in, 3 there, small ones, a couple of shrimps and dolphins, very cool, like that. And then we came through, we were rolling through here, we had a fish come in, that was about 20 hours in, so we had quite a few bids there. Another dolphin, 1.5, what else we got there? Just checking that through there. 5.48 from a shrimp, that's really cool, so that's a nice big increase there. That was a very nice bid. And then a dolphin came in. Oh no, so that's not a dolphin there. So then another bid from a dolphin, 0.23. Another dolphin, 1.1. And what else we have then within that time? 5 from another shrimp, very cool. So these are really positive, getting these investors of this size coming in with Ethereum of this amount. So very cool. And obviously some new stakes there. Another Bitcoin bid, 1 ETH from Dolphin. Dolphins are fairly sizable, really. They're sort of the middle size, but they're actually quite a decent size. And there's another one there coming in, 10 hours. And then we kept going. And 0.5 from a dolphin, another dolphin. See what I mean? But dolphins got typically got quite a lot of economic energy. There's another one there. They're pretty decent sized investor generally. And you got another one there. Another shark came in, 3 ETH there. And we actually haven't seen a lot of activity from sharks. They have tended to come in towards the end in the sniping hour. We do get a bit of that going on, but they've been a bit quieter, generally speaking. I don't know whether you think of that. You've obviously watched the live stream and see the numbers as well. And then obviously that's where we finished. And then we got some big stakes coming out of the VCA. I accidentally did the zoom on that. Let me go out of there and back into the auction, and there we are. It's 23 minutes, so 40 minutes into it. How are we going? 51 minutes on the live stream, so we'll probably keep going for another 9 minutes. Probably won't do the full 1 hour, but another 10 minutes. I hope you enjoy. Sit back, relax, get yourself a drink. As I always say, hot cocoa, a Milo. If you've heard of Milo, let me know if you've heard of Milo. Or a nice beverage, always cool. I actually feel a bit like some cheese and crackers. Don't know about you. Haven't had that for a while, but yeah. So how's the Gwei going? Let's go back up there. Still looking good in the 30s. Yeah, we love that. So if you're interested in going in today, getting the record level rate, get 10% bonus in AXN. The gas fees are looking sweet as well. Remember, it's first in, first served. There's 23 hours and 20 minutes to go. We're already sold out pretty much, about 33%. Should get the calculator out. We like to do that, do the percentages. And we'll get into that. Now, don't forget, we've got so much coming up for AXN. Really is a quiet period before the storm. Obviously, there's always development times. Takes development time to get things up. Doesn't matter whether the devs are doing product and platform development, or whether the strategy and marketing team are doing partnerships, IEOs, and all that sort of stuff. All that sort of stuff. And then obviously the business stuff, like around fiat stuff. Lots are coming up around all that. I'm pretty excited. It's probably going to go boom, 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 boom. Very cool. And before we know it, these prices will look like a gift in the hand. So let's have a look here. 4.3 at the moment, divided by 11.46. So we're currently at 37.5% sold out already in a regular auction, and we're only 22 minutes in. Look, there's another dolphin to stake 19.71 million for 5 days. Very cool indeed. Probably could even add that up, start adding that up to see how much of the 500 million was staked for next year. It's an interesting exercise. You probably would have to wait for a few hours, because some people are not always sitting at the computer waiting to withdraw and stake from the auction. They probably just do it at their own leisure. They're not so obsessed as that, so pretty cool. So we're just counting that down, and what else we got here? Yeah, that's looking pretty stable around there at the moment. Binance Coin looking pretty good, 355. Cardano up at 157, looking good. And Dogecoin still sitting there, still trying to hold on. I'm probably trying to hold on there, to be honest. Polkadot 22, and what else we got? Internet Computer still surviving there as well. Was the market cap 17, so that's going to be there for a while at the moment. And yeah, Uniswap. Look at Polygon strongly back up there, man. It was great, but it really went down pretty far, but it's come back up really strong. So that's pretty good. And what else we got? Wrap Bitcoin obviously sitting there. That's what we get paid from the VCAs, so that's looking good. Let's check out Wrap Bitcoin actually, and we actually look. I think they have supply data on there. So interesting stuff actually. So circulating supply 181,000 Wrap Bitcoin. So that's interesting. And that's all circulating. So that's custodial backed as well. So it's actually not, in terms of sort of backed by one Bitcoin to one wrap Bitcoin. So yeah, fully diluted valuation 7 was it 7 billion, and yeah, that's pretty much that. So that's probably pretty similarly tracking Bitcoin itself, probably slightly different. What's it, 38,849, 38,862. So yeah, there's slight variances there. That's that. Right, so 45 minutes in. We are counting down 55 minutes. We'll probably keep going for another 5 minutes. I hope you guys are sitting back and relaxing there. Let's got a couple of comments here. Let's have a look here. John Atkinson said you missed the $500 million for 10 hours ago. Did I? That's terrible. It's so bad. I said I was going to look at it too. So let's just go back 10 hours in time. Here we're going back to the future. Hop on. The flux capacitor is in full mode, and we're going back here. Let's jump back here to 10 hours. I think we're. You said $500 million came out. That's pretty a big measure. New stake $500 million, 34 days. That's the one you're talking about. And there's the one that came from a shark, and that's 529. Served 10 days, and that's gone out, but it's gone back for longer, 34 days. So that obviously the price is low, so there's no point in wrecking the market. So they've gone back in, and we're here. We've got this 9ADB. Guess that's the one there. They've got 643 million staked. So they got 112 million Axion staked for 15 years. So they have got a bit of their portfolio, but the rest of it's floating there. Interesting. And you don't know when they picked it up, of course. Getting some decent Bitcoin out of that, and they've staked 7.66 years, which is higher than the average, obviously, with the large stake. What they got the percentage? They got 0.15% of all shares with that stakes at the moment. All right, let's jump back there, and I think we've got a comment there from Prana, so we'll check that out as well. I think our next partnership will be with TrustSwap. That's not that's probably quite a reasonable position there, idea there, Prana. Punky mentioned a fundraising token partnership. Yeah, that's a good chance there, and that fits with something else that I saw Punky talking about. So that's actually probably a pretty good fit. So TrustSwap is my guess. Interesting. I like TrustSwap a lot. Have a great confidence in them. Yeah, well, they've done a lot of launches, haven't they? And they've all been largely very successful. And so yeah, I think that's probably a decent one. I like TrustSwap a lot. Yeah, says John. Their founder is a big investor in Axion. Yeah, so that's Jeff Gadakis, isn't it? And so yeah, that's probably a lot logical there. A lot of cross-value pollination there, and obviously with the strong investor class in Axion, that asset's going to be, that's an asset to us all. Trying to make sense. I can't tell my whales from my sharks, says John. Yeah, that was a shark. That's okay. It was a good lead up anyway. I added it to the list. I might take them off, but the $500 million is quite a bit. But we do have probably about 10, 12 wallets up in that level on Axion on liquidity. That's just liquid. So TrustSwap have a trees initiative as well. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't actually see that when I was on the site, I don't think. So it's good heads up on that. There's some more staking going on there. Max shares 19.7. That was 1 year, so that's a 1 year stake, or 355. Obviously you need 350 days to pass the big payday, so that's probably just staking there to pass the big payday, get the uplift from that. So that's interesting there from the Dolphin. It's always interesting to see what people's decisions are, and it's the sums of the decisions that impact everybody. And yeah, let's roll down there. And sorry for moving around too much. I'm just trying to get to the right place there. All right, so how are we doing? Not too bad. Well, many people are moving up the ranks, says Prana. Yep, I've seen a couple of people in Discord move up the past week. Yeah. So you mean up from like upgrading from a shrimp to a dolphin or something like that? Okay, that's what you're talking about. So yeah, there are people trying to. I saw that in Discord yesterday. A lot of people saying they're going to pick up a lot more Axion over the next week. These prices are pretty attractive. That's kind of what I said. I said the price looks pretty attractive. Now the market can do anything, and we all know that. Obviously, the market's gone down to where it is now, but this is starting to look super attractive. I would find it hard to see it stay down here that long. Let's see what happens in the next 24 hours. Obviously, with the regular auction does help with the auction market buybacks, helps to give us a few market buys, as long as people are not selling into them. So far, we haven't this hasn't been sold in, but anything can happen. So we'll watch out for that. But yeah, I just have a feeling that we'll probably start moving up from here. It's pretty good value. We will obviously want to get back up to this mark here, this 00025 mark around here. And then really, if we can get back over the 0003, it'd be cool. And I think a very bullish line, so we can get back over the average here. And the average at the moment is 000278. And then obviously we start moving higher again. And then if we can get back over that rolling 100-day, that's pretty cool too. We do have a nice uptick in the CCI. That's kind of hopefully that will keep moving up there and get our second buy signal at the 0 mark. The next day is going to be pretty important for that. But it is, a lot of the other ones have gone up, so we'll have to see whether Axion, people are going to buy that cheap one for Axion, which is obviously all the fundamentals for Axion, pretty exciting, and we've got a huge roadmap coming up, so it would be a pretty clever idea to do that. Alright, so that's where we're at. So I think we're 60 minutes, folks. We've done 1 hour. Let's just quickly, Rupana says, yeah, from dolphin to shark, and then a few days later to wow. That's really awesome. Well, congrats to that. I wonder who that was in the chat. Let us know the name there for that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. That's 1 hour live stream for the regular auction, so we really did a long one for that one, but it is great to see you all. Hope you guys enjoy yourself. Once again, if you're looking at going to the regular auction, it is a record level rate. The gas fees are super low at the moment, and obviously you can get a 10% bonus in using the link in the video description. All the best, and I will catch you tomorrow for the end of this auction. It's probably going to get sold out by that time, is my thoughts, just like all the other regular auctions. And the VCA will start up, VCA 31 will start up, 500 million Axion in that, and that's going to mean more rep Bitcoin does. Looks like fun. I'm probably expecting the price to be a little bit higher by then, so let's see whether I turn out to be right on that one. Investment dude says Prana, oh, okay, Jagger just became a dolphin too. Oh, that's really cool. Hey, thanks John Atkins, always great. I really appreciate the comments from everyone in the chat and everybody that's watching. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Onwards and upwards, and we'll see you soon. Right, cheers. Thanks, super duper man, says Prana. Yeah, nice one. All right, I've got to find the end button, the end streaming button. I always lose track of it where it is. There we are. So back in the studio side of the YouTube.